Next, exemption of export-led green hydrogen projects from solar shortlist to cut costs. So export-led green hydrogen projects. So it will cut costs. The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has exempted the export-oriented green hydrogen projects from its solar module list of domestic manufacturers to enable them to lower cost to the level of grey hydrogen. So setting up renewable energy capacity like solar to power electrolyzers is essential for the production of green hydrogen and contributes significantly to the projects. तो अगर हम बात करते हैं setting up of such projects, तो क्यों ये इतने टफ हो जाते हैं? तो again due to the high setting up cost, they require very high investment and long term में of course they have much better benefits, especially with regard to the environment and even the overall cost when we see in long term. But starting में ही the investment cost it is very huge. तो यहाँ पे exemption है for green hydrogen projects set up in the special economic zones or export oriented units by 2030 from the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Approved list of models and manufacturers. So such projects they can substantially reduce the production cost. तो expand हो सकती है इससे demand of green hydrogen and the derivatives. तो पहले यहाँ पे again domestic production पे focus हो रहा है and later on we can focus upon export as well. The cost of imported modules on a cost insurance and freed basis before the application of local taxes duties stood at 9.1 cents per watt according to the CRISIL data. और contrast में जो domestic modules है they were priced at 18 cents per watt. तो ये जो domestic modules है they are nearly twice as costly, as expensive as their imported counterparts. तो green hydrogen transitions program, तो site program, strategic interventions for the green hydrogen transition. तो just transition होना चाहिए and paced transition. जब हम बात करते हैं कि first we talk about the phase down and then phase out. Next, climate change makes last chance tourism to glaciers more popular. तो riskier. तो this is just regarding कि कैसे climate change है. It also impacts tourism. For example, even when we see in the areas like Ladakh, etc., जहाँ पे there have been increased cases, and even in the northeast states, जहाँ पे landslides के भी इतने cases हो रहे हैं, even in Kedarnath in north when we talk about, तो such cases they impact tourism. तो यहाँ पे there is rescue team at the scene of an ice cave collapse on this glacier in Iceland, formed from melt water. तो ice caves. Last chance tourism, ये इन्होंने बुलाया है इसको. तो कैसे much more safety can be taken care of in such cases, and more importantly, how exactly can we reduce such consequences of climate change, especially on glacier tourism, इनकी जो हम बात करते हैं. Next, solar cells production to come under approved list. तो यहाँ पे approved list on models and manufacturers इसके बारे में भी just now read. So they are planning, the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy is planning to bring out a policy similar to this for solar modules, for solar cells as well, to ensure better quality of these items. while also providing a boost to domestic manufacturing. So again, there is a focus on domestic manufacturing and relief to solar PV manufacturers. So
This
in 2023,
यहाँ पे दिसंबर 2023 तक इंडिया सोलर सेल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कैपेसिटी हैज रीच 5.8 गीगावाट and how much we are importing is 16.2 gigawatts of solar modules, and that too majorly is from China, so they are again more costly also, and then we have security concerns as well. So that is why Make in India domestic manufacturing is important. That will be boosting again employment generation also. Role of MSMEs can increase in this particular sector, and indigenization, and it would be more better in terms of cost competitiveness. So that would be again helping us in quickly and timely achieving our target level, Panchamrit targets.
Next, services activity rises to 5-month high in August.
So in this you can see graph में difference between जो services PMI है and the manufacturing PMI. So if it is above 50, it showcases expansion is happening. So services में it is at 60.9 and manufacturing 57.5. So we've seen कि इंडिया के केस में जो services sector है, again be it the surplus in balance of payment account जब हम देखते हैं in these services account, और जो हम invisibles बोलते हैं in the current account. Then secondly, we can talk about the BOP services, particularly where we are seeing कि major exports are being driven from the US economy. So वो एक external factor है. Apart from this, we are also talking about कि जो services sector में can we really say कि एक saturation level हम hit कर चुके हैं, तो how that can be break, उसको कैसे हम we can surpass that level also. So in that we are talking about the importance of artificial intelligence in terms of increasing more efficiency of the workers or the people or the labor force, particularly involved and engaged in the services sector.
Next, UPS rollout centers extra spend may rise to 8,000 crore in 7 years. So again, implementation of the unified pension scheme. So जिसका annual incremental cost है, it may gradually rise from 6,250 crore in financial year 2026 to around 8,000 crore in the next 7 to 8 years. The 50% guarantee है, pension guarantee would be manageable without putting too much stress on the exchequer. Second is regarding the scheme itself. Next, FAME 3 likely to be finalized in a month or two, says Minister. To match the faster adoption of manufacturing hybrid and electric vehicles. इसमें फर्स्ट और सेकंड वाले में क्या स्पेसिफिक चीजें थी? जैसे अब हम बात कर रहे हैं फेम 3 के इंट्रोडक्शन की.
तो आई थिंक इसमें फेम 1 जो था वो नॉर्मल जो पैसेंजर व्हीकल्स की सेल्स इंक्रीज करने के लिए मेन मोटिव था. फेम 3 में जो हम बात कर रहे हैं उसमें आई थिंक वी आर ऑल्सो इंक्लूडिंग दी जो चार्जिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है उस पर भी फोकस किया जा रहा है एंड बैटरी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग.
इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स पे ज्यादा हो.
हाँ, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स के लिए ही है मेजरली, उसके बाद हाइब्रिड व्हीकल्स भी इसका पार्ट है. 2015 में हमने फेम 1 को लॉन्च किया था, and this was again जो subsidies government was providing on buying the electric 2-wheelers, 3-wheelers, 4-wheelers and the buses. And research and development पे भी focus था in terms of particularly technology में. And FAME 2 में we see 2019 में introduce की गई थी. So here we had the wider adoption target for electric vehicles. फॉर एग्जाम्पल पर्टिकुलरली पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पे ज्यादा फोकस था इन फेम 2। तो चार्जिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी इसके पार्ट था। वी सेट अप अराउंड 3000 चार्जिंग स्टेशंस अक्रॉस डिफरेंट सिटीज। मेक इन इंडिया पे फिर फोकस किया गया, पर्टिकुलरली बैटरीज में अगर हम बात करते हैं।
Next, new audit standard. Ministry wants ICAI to have a broader view. So again, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and the National Financing Reporting Authority. So there's a tussle going on. जब जो latter है National Financing Report Authority उन्होंने propose के new audit standards is due to communication gap. तो again better management की यहाँ पे बात हो रही है. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. तो CAG की रोल की पे मैं पे बात कर सकते हैं. Small and mid-sized practices. Auditing has caused ICAI, which fears that the adoption of the standard could hurt them. The big six Indian audit firms handled 637 assignments of nearly 2,000 companies.
So name of the standard is ISA 600 and जो concern है of ICAI that is कि जो small and mid-size practices हैं, they are deriving bulk of their business or work from unlisted companies. तो unlisted companies के ऊपर जो compliance burden in terms of quality standards भी आएगा, वो एक concern generate करते हैं उनके survival के ऊपर. So that is major concern being shared by ICAI. And जो लार्ज कंपनीज है अगेन दे आर डिराइविंग देयर बिजनेस फ्रॉम जो लार्ज ऑडिटिंग फर्म्स हैं। तो एक ये सेग्रीगेशन हमें देखने को मिलता है यहाँ पे। तो ये इनका मेन कंसर्न यहाँ पे है।
Further again, Bharat Electricity, Global Energy Forum. So again, Amrit Kal through energy transition.
So affordable, accessible and sustainable energy for all.
Hmm.
So in terms of affordability, we can say role of even renewable energy भी important होगा, because surplus जितना ज्यादा हम बोल सकते हैं उतना affordable वो होगा। affordable in the sense we can say कि even in the outreach भी हम important एक factor बोल सकते हैं। and affordability in terms of indigenous element हमारा कितना होने वाला है। Then secondly, accessibility में like we have the Saubhagya scheme, Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. So there we are connecting, we are ensuring last mile connectivity of the households with the electricity connection. And accessibility में then like renewable energy की अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं तो उसमें we talk about जैसे rooftop सोलर स्कीम है। सो उसमें जो हाउस होल्ड सरप्लस इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेट करेंगे थ्रू द सोलर एनर्जी, दैट शुड बी कनेक्टेड विद द मेन ग्रिड। तो वो अफोर्डेबिलिटी को भी साथ में इनहांस करेगा, एक्सेसिबिलिटी को भी। एंड सस्टेनेबल एनर्जी वी नो कि हम रेन्यूएबल एनर्जी प्रमोट कर रहे हैं थ्रू सोलर पावर, थ्रू विंड पावर, थ्रू अगेन वी आर जनरेटिंग बायोफ्यूल ऑल्सो। So even aviation fuel, maybe we are talking about sustainable alternate fuel where we are using even the different types of raw materials like edible hai, non-edible hai, and then untreated waste is also being used somehow to generate that. And internationally, India ke jo major initiative hai in this case is the International Solar Alliance. Secondly, there is again Global Biofuel Alliance also. Thirdly, we have the One World, One Grid, and One Sun. So these are some of the major initiatives to power generation in India. So no talk about the future. Sustainability or growth and development can be complete without energy. Impacts the development at all levels, from individuals to nations, and fastest growing large economy in the world. India is making great efforts to work again on the inclusiveness, resilient nature, its equitable availability and accessibility, and its sustainability. So here we are having Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Ministry of Power, Ministry of External Affairs, Economic Diplomacy Division, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change.
Dealers bet on central bank easing guidelines for LCR. So again, government securities market participants, they expect the demand for short-term government securities to reduce, as there are expectations that the RBI will lower the additional runoff factor from 5% to 2 to 2.5%. The runoff factor क्या होता है? It is such a situation in which banks are supposed to hedge against chances of deposits being withdrawn, which leads to greater requirement of high quality liquid assets, primarily government bonds.
तो लिक्विडिटी कवरेज रेशियो यही है कि यहाँ पे जैसे रन ऑफ फैक्टर्स को हम रिड्यूस कर रहे हैं, तो अगेन ये इसको हम बोल रहे हैं ईजिंग ऑफ गाइडलाइंस है. तो दिस कैन फर्दर हेल्प इन इंक्रीजिंग मोर लिक्विडिटी, more we can say more currency would be available on the part of the banks and different financial institutions to lend them to again make it a part of their business. So currently banks, they need to maintain 100% of liquidity coverage ratio, and these liquidity coverage ratio norms were introduced under the Basel III norms of 2007-2008. So this is one aspect, and this is again to ensure again that even India's banking sector remains resilient and we are stable also.
So counting on carbon pricing, renewable energy does not generate the tax and non-tax revenues that fossil fuels do. तो यहाँ पे टैक्स रिलेटेड कंसर्न आ रहा है यहाँ पे, and it says it is critical for India to move to a carbon taxation regime or a well-structured carbon emissions trading regime. तो अगेन जब हम नेट जीरो टारगेट की बात करते हैं बाय 2030 एंड जो स्पेसिफिक गोल्स है 2030 तक के, तो जो रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी है वो सेम काइंड ऑफ टैक्स नहीं क्रिएट करती जो कि फॉसिल फ्यूल्स करते हैं, जैसे कि पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट्स इन टर्म्स ऑफ वैट और जीएसटी भी. तो here there are differences that are being seen. तो क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज हो सकती हैं अंडर द इनडायरेक्ट टैक्सेस कैटेगरी, और जो रेवेन्यू कॉन्टिन्यूटी है उसको असेस करना. तो कैसे जो ये फॉसिल फ्यूल टैक्सेस हैं इनको हम अदर टैक्स ऑप्शंस इनसे रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि कार्बन टैक्सेस ऑन फॉसिल फ्यूल एमिशंस, यूजर टैक्सेस, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी टैक्सेस, डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल टैक्सेस और कन्वेंशनल ऑल्टरनेटिव्स, ताकि जो टैक्सेस हैं उनमें देयर आर नो लॉसेस दैट आर सीन. तो हाउएवर जब हम बात करते हैं कार्बन टैक्स को इम्प्लीमेंट करने की ऑन कोल एमिशन, तो इट बूस्ट रियल जीडीपी and lowers the intensity of emissions the most, as emissions from the consumption of coal led to maximum pollution in India. लेकिन ये regressive है in the sense that the poor households will have to shoulder a disproportionate burden to their incomes. तो ये एक्सेलरेट कर पाएगा एनर्जी ट्रांजिशन को, लेकिन जो लॉन्ग टर्म फिस्कल चैलेंज है ऑफ क्लोजिंग द रेवेन्यू गैप वो पूरा नहीं हो पाएगा. There should be a well-structured carbon emissions trading regime, as it will send a stronger price signal across the country. Next, India's growth in a sweet spot. So there are strong indications that growth in the economy will be strengthened further. India can maintain a number of above 7% this year. और मेजर जो हमने देखा था कि yesterday also there was a step that was mentioned कि इन्वेस्टमेंट में अगर हम बूस्ट करेंगे तो अगेन वी कैन मेक दिस नंबर रीच टू नियरली 8. So given that consumption will be increasing and that will lead to better capacity utilization, the pace of capital formation should also improve. So again, infrastructure setup करना, that becomes important.
And even जो
तो
हमारी
कहाँ पर ज्यादा स्कोप तो कहाँ पर ज्यादा स्कोप है कि जो एग्रीकल्चर अलाइड एक्टिविटीज है, जैसे तो इनमें रेजेस ग्रू बाय 2%. तो देयर कुड हैव बीन हायर नंबर क्योंकि राबी क्रॉप वाज गुड लास्ट ईयर, लेकिन अगेन हीट वेव्स की वजह से इट अफेक्टेड अलाइड सेक्टर्स एज वेल, जैसे कि हॉर्टिकल्चर एंड fodder, animal husbandry, etc. Now there have been positive uh, outlook that we are observing due to the good monsoon that has been this year.
and even India's जो corporate and banks balance sheet है, they are also in good shape. Secondly, we are also seeing positive numbers as far as manufacturing sector is concerned. So we can say that even government's other programs like PLI scheme to boost and incentivize more of production. Then reducing the corporate tax, that is another positive measure to boost more of FDI investments. And this would be ensuring that there is again there is stability in the supply chain also domestically. Revival of rural demand is important, which will be determining the the entire business and the sustainability as far as the FMCG sector is concerned, so that there is more stability in their business. So that would be again majorly driven through if we are directly focusing upon the growth more in terms of agriculture sector. The rural would be driven through that, and then creation of more jobs, particularly in the non-farm sector, as we have discussed how it can be done in multiple ways. That can be one of the more potential areas of growth as well.
Magic, you can take the rest now.
तो वन यहाँ पे हम बात कर रहे हैं ऑफ FDI. However, we are seeing regional disparity when it comes to FDI inflow in different states and regions. So major slice goes to the richest states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and likewise even Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh, because of again cheap labor, uninterrupted power supply, skilled manpower, nudging the tax system, and easy acquisition of land. So these are again the policy and the structural measures which majorly attracts FDI. And poorer states on the other part, like Northeast India, they have little infrastructure to attract the FDI, and they lack the skilled labor. And then lakhs of North Indian people, they are migrating to the southern states for their livelihood. So naturally, FDI will inflow more towards the southern states because of again availability of labor at the same time. So the we can say owners of the center to augment the infrastructure, the poorer states will be orchestrated through schemes for increasing quality of manpower, which we are seeing like we are working upon the critical infrastructure projects, like we have dedicated freight corridors, industrial corridors are being built, defense corridors are there. So under the Bharat Mala project, we're building the highways and the expressways. So this is one of the ways how government is trying to reduce this gap between different states. Then state of economy. So car sales are often regarded as an accurate estimation how well nation's economy is doing. So this is one of the indicators. Now it cannot be generalized. So fall agar ho raha hai car sales में in India for the past 2 months makes it difficult to believe कि 7.2% GDP growth rate होगा. तो यहाँ पे यही अब इसको भी हम we cannot completely believe this thing. And as it is stated, also many economists and analysts they question these numbers as well. Then numbers by PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority, they have said investment rate of 36% was needed for 8% rise, जो हमने कल cover किया है. 36% investment rate. So for that savings rate should also increase, जो कि अभी currently 20% है India में. and that we are also seeing trend की बात कर रहे हैं, तो it is upward trend because of we are seeing कि income is also increasing. So income increases, savings will increase, and that will fuel more of investment rate. So it will give more boost to consumption and trigger further economic activity, because in the end, India is a consumption driven economy. So here we are seeing the founder of Dump Creative. So we can say the role of startups is very important when we are talking about, यहाँ पे जैसे example है trash to cash. So finding value in urban waste. So he's saying कि our aim is not only to manage waste efficiency, but again build more greener, more sustainable future. So again, we can say the role of innovation sector or even the intellectual property can help in terms of leveraging or turning the waste or trash into cash. So here we are seeing like eco-friendly and sustainable measures, they are being utilized. And for example, through public-private partnerships, it can be further enhanced. Role of NGOs is very important. So ground level पे, these are very important players जब हम बात करते हैं collaboration and then scaling the efforts. So they have innovated an upcycled construction solution to concrete. So as it is not just only limited to utilizing or managing the waste, they're offering solutions for other sectors also. Like यहाँ पे real estate में help करेगा. Upcycled construction solution to concrete. Then Delhi, like we have the Ghazipur land side, then Okhla में है एक Balswa landfill है. So they carry over 220 metric tons of waste collected over years and lying in the landfills. So if we have more such players, this can definitely help. Then they are running like जब हम CSR एक्टिविटी की बात करते हैं तो IL&FS एक NBFC है, like Jindal ITF है, they are running waste to energy plants also, which is converting non-recyclable waste into electricity. So energy security में भी help करेगा, and green, we can say green supply and reducing the impact on even the temperature also. Then green planet waste management, they are converting organic waste into compost. So ये हमें एग्रीकल्चर में हेल्प कर सकता है. So जो हमारे challenges हैं like coal imports increase हो रहे हैं, and again they are much more costly also, जो imported inflation for fuel करते हैं, तो उन चीजों के लिए भी हमें एक solution मिल सकता है. तो it is like having multiple and multiplier effect in other sectors. So व्हीकल स्क्रैपेज पॉलिसी की अगर हम बात करें तो यहाँ पे पर्टिकुलरली स्कीम है 2021 में हमने लॉन्च किया था, जहाँ पे वी कैन अगेन दिस इज एन इनिशिएटिव एम्ड एट रिड्यूसिंग पोल्यूशन बाय फेजिंग आउट द ओल्डर एंड अनफिट व्हीकल्स. सो वी आर नॉट हैविंग अ प्रॉपर फॉर्मल सेक्टर जब हम व्हीकल स्क्रैपेज की बात करते हैं. सो द पॉलिसी वुड फर्स्टली इनेबल दैट फॉर्मलाइजेशन ऑफ दिस सेक्टर. प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर होगा, देयर विल बी प्रॉपर प्रोसीजर टू फॉलो. So it specifically targets commercial vehicles जो है more than 15 years old and जो private vehicles over 20 years old. So they have to firstly mandatorily undergo a fitness test, and जो भी vehicles they will fail the test, they must be scrapped. तो आपको incentives भी offer किए जाएंगे to encourage the purchase of new vehicles if you are opting for scrapping your old vehicle. Then discounts offer किए जाएंगे in the form of like टैक्सेशन की बात अगर हम बात करते हैं, या एक शोरूम प्राइस पे इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर न्यू व्हीकल तो आपको 3% डिस्काउंट मिल जाएगा. एंड discounts are for limited period. Then effective implementation of policy can reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 15% annually. And there are right now only 85 registered vehicle scrapping facilities which are operating, so this should also increase. Then cleaner mobility ecosystem will be promoted through this, as we have seen कि carbon emissions कितने कम हो पाएंगे annually by 15%. So this is also another way. जब हम FAME scheme की बात करते हैं तो scrappage policy, vehicle scrappage policy is also on similar lines. Okay, have you covered this topic? या नहीं किया ये आज? India must join RCEP. It is flawed according to GTRI. Global Trade Research Initiative है. So India के जो major concern है of not joining the RCEP is it is Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. It is a trade agreement under ASEAN. is कि if because ये free trade को promote कर रहा है, अगर free trade promote होगा तो direct impact हमारे agricultural sector की growth के ऊपर होगा. Because अगर हम ज़्यादा cheap फूड ग्रेन्स एंड अदर जो एडिबल कमोडिटीज अगर हम उनको इंपोर्ट करने लग जाएंगे तो जो फार्मर्स का प्रोड्यूस है वो मार्केट में प्राइस और फॉल हो जाएगा, तो उनके जो इनकम के ऊपर डायरेक्ट इम्पैक्ट होगा. बिकॉज राइट नाउ वी आर नॉट हैविंग सच अ कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर. सो दैट इज द कंसर्न. एंड इवन जो फूड प्रोसेसिंग इंडस्ट्रीज है दे विल बी ऑल्सो देन डिमांडिंग द चीपर रॉ मटेरियल्स जो अगेन हम इंपोर्ट करने वाले हैं ज्यादा. तो इसीलिए we will be seeing direct impact. So that is why India didn't join it. And so World Bank is making a suggestion, so we can just have a look at क्या उन्होंने arguments बोला है. Then Russia built covert trade channel with India, reveals the report. So Russia covertly buys sensitive goods from India. Now sensitive goods में क्या है example है particularly. That is one thing. And India is buying again the 40% जो crude oil imports are coming from Russia, particularly after the beginning of Russia-Ukraine war. तो एक concern रहा है. But again, India के लिए primacy is national interest, and again we do not support violence in any form anywhere in any part of the world. So if we are buying oil from Russia does not mean India is supporting Russia in this particular war. Then Russia has planned to spend $1 billion on electronics secretly. So Russia के ऊपर sanctions भी लगाए गए and we saw कि उनका कोई major impact हुआ नहीं Russia के trade sector के ऊपर भी. So then Russia considered investing in joint electronics ventures also. Then US warns Indian businesses की sanctions आपके ऊपर भी impose कर दिए जाएंगे. तो India के जो exports है to Russia it has increased 40%. Even हमारे exports भी increase हुए to Russia. So India is a new source of dual use technologies. So which is being leveraged. Then multi-millet burger bun has been launched by McDonald's. So it showcases ki how this shift is important, particularly जब हम fast food की बात करते हैं, and particularly these chains which are working at the global level. So one, this is an example of the healthy shift towards it. At least this would be relatively more safer and more healthy considering जो अभी options available हैं. तो we are seeing कि these would be available in West and South India, and CSIR का भी इसमें important role है, and Central Food Technological Research Institute. They have introduced together this multi-millet bun, and then it would be made from bajra, ragi, jowar, proso, and kodo. So, and Indian state से इनको source किया जाएगा, तो it will promote more against stability also in terms of food security भी, farmers welfare भी यहाँ पे increase भी हो सकता है. So this is an example of that. The next topic. Thank you everyone for joining us on Ansarkari. Do subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for further updates.